The Twins hope to make this homestand a winning homestand in the final game of a 3-game series with the Tampa Bay Rays. And we welcome you to Target Field. Hey, clear skies, beautiful weather for baseball here in late April. Dick Raymer along with the Hall of Famer Bert Blyleven. The Rays have scored 23 runs in winning the first 2 games of the series. So obviously there have been a lot of big hits for them, and a lot of them provided by Ben Zobrist.
Ben Zobrist, what a night he had last night when he drove in 4 runs. But what about Game 1 played here at 12:10 this afternoon? Unbelievable. Breaking a Rays club record with 8 RBIs in that 15-3 win. Zobrist, a switch hitter. He didn't come in with a very big average, but you look at the 12 RBIs and you think, well, let's see, who leads the Twins in RBIs? Danny Valencia with 11. He got 12 RBIs in 2 games. That's a player's dream right there. Zobrist hitting that last 2-run double right there. This guy's having a very good series.
Well, there isn't anything.
He needs to be knocked down myself.
Oh, is that right? There isn't anything wrong with the Twins that better starting pitching wouldn't go a long way toward curing. And to that end, it's Anthony Swarzak's job to give the Twins a competitive start.
Yeah, Anthony Swarzak getting called up from Rochester. He's making his 5th start on the year, but his first, of course, for the Twins. He was with the Twins back in 2009. His major league debut in Milwaukee, outstanding, 7 shutout innings. That's what the Twins need here from Anthony Swarzak. Give me some good innings.
Twins fans know that the middle of the lineup has been absent or incomplete for most of the first 3.5 weeks of the season. We do have a Joe Mauer update, and we'll get that for you when we return to Target Field. The weather issues are behind us. We'll see if the Twins can win the final game of the series and the homestand. Sports North is brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards.
The sun is shining on Target Field tonight as the Twins play the nightcap of this day-night doubleheader against the Tampa Bay Rays, trying to get a win in this 3-game series as well. Thanks for joining us on Fox Sports North. I'm Robbie Smikowski. When Twins manager Ron Gardenhire meets with the media each day, it sounds like an update of the MASH unit for the Minnesota Twins, as they have suffered a ton of injuries early on in this season. That brings us to tonight's Sanford Medical Injury Report. And when you take a look at it all, Joe Mauer on the DL, missed 13 games thus far on the season. Morneau missed 6 with the flu. Nishioka suffered the broken leg. Slowey, Tomey, and Young. Delman Young just placed on the DL. Not a good start injury-wise for the Minnesota Twins this season. And moments ago, Joe Mauer met with the media and discussed his condition.
Had a bad storm the last couple weeks, with the viral thing and, feeling sick and just kind of knocking me back a little bit. And, I feel confident once I get healthy and get where I need to get to that it won't be a problem. No, I just got to get healthy. I'm not where I need to be yet to get on the field and do the baseball things, but I'm trying to get there, as best I can.
And it's Anthony Swarzak taken to the mound tonight, fresh off an airplane from Rochester. Can they get a win? Find out next. It's Dick and Bert and First Pitch on Fox Sports North.
Homestand. It's been shortened by 1, so for the 5th and final time on this homestand, the Twins hit Target Field, hoping to win the final game of the series, as they did in St. Petersburg. Rays have enjoyed their success against the Twins over the last couple of years, including in this series. The Rays have won 3 of 4 in St. Petersburg, and the first 2 here. And here's Joe Madden's batting order. They have struck early against the Twins, and they've done it with Sam Fold leading off. Johnny Damon will hit second. B.J. Upton, Matt Joyce, Ben Zobrist, Casey Kochman, Sean Rodriguez, John Jaso, and Elliott Johnson.
Anthony Swarzak on the mound, coming up from Rochester, where he made 4 starts, 1-1 with a 4.87 ERA. First major league start since 2009, and this is his 8th season with the in the Twin organization.
Last night, the Rays scored 4 times in the first inning. This afternoon, they scored twice. Might have been able to do better than that. And Swarzak's job is to simply give this Twins lineup a chance to throw the first punch. One strike, fold, fouling the first pitch away. And now a high fastball.
Well, Swarzak, a hard-throwing right-hander. He'll rely on a good movement on that fastball, too. That the four-seamer. He'll mix in a two-seamer. Good curveball. He'll mix in a slider and a changeup.
Popped up, playable, left side of the infield. It's Tolbert coming in for the first out. And how important is it to throw strikes and keep this defense fresh? The Northland Ford defense has Renee Tassoni in left, Denard Span, Michael Kadire, the other outfielders, Valencia, Tolbert, Hughes, and Morneau around the infield. Drew Butera behind the plate.
The biggest thing, Nick, is just get them off the field. The first two ball games, they spent 3/4 of the time of these games on defense.
15 walks allowed in the first two games. An incredible total for a Twins team that prides itself in throwing the ball over the plate. One strike to Damon.
Butera sitting inside, and that pitch inside. That's one thing Ron Coomer talked about in the pregame. You know, Johnny Damon, a lot of the pitches you'll see out over the plate, he'll just slap it the other way. You want to get ahead so you can go hard inside. Show him you'll repeat. And that's what he does right there. Just misses inside.
2-1.
Swarzak just 25 years old, 6'4", about 225. 3 wins, 7 losses in 12 starts in 2009.
2-2. Swarzak, in all likelihood, called up to pitch tonight and tonight only. Now he could throw a no-hitter and throw a monkey wrench into those plans, or even a shutout. Hey, 7 good innings might keep him here. But
well, he wants to do what he did on his opening start at the major league level in Milwaukee. He pitched great, at the Metrodome against the Brewers. 7 shutout innings. And there's that pitch that Coomer was talking about. Pitch him up, make him, get him out of his elements, because he likes to go the other way. So big strikeout right here for Swarzak, staying inside, and good movement on that 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
2 down, bases empty. B.J. Upton at the plate. You lose a couple of games in a 24-hour span, and it changes your perspective on everything. But prior, 24 hours ago, the Twins had a 3-game winning streak, and then they've had 2 really horrible games and horrible starts by their starting pitchers.
Sometimes horrible games make you determined a little bit more. That's what the Twins have to do. It upsets you. It gets you mad. And how you do that is it starts with starting pitching. Go deeper into ball games, put some zeros on the board, and hopefully the Twins can score some early runs.
Well, one thing I've already noticed, and I don't know how long it's going to last, but Swarzak is pitching at a much quicker pace than either Liriano last night or Blackburn this afternoon.
Yeah, Swarzak just flew in maybe about 3 hours ago, so he's pumped up for this. He better be. Good fastball, just missing. Yeah.
And it's 3-1. Matt Joyce in the on-deck circle.
Butera sitting down and away.
Irvin to right.
We got a man there.
And Swarzak with a real good start. The Twins will have that chance to score that first run. About ready to start falling here at Target Field. Much better weather tonight. 56 degrees, the sun breaking through, and this is more what we anticipate and hope for in late April here at the ballpark. Bernard batting order for the Twins, Denard Span, followed by Matt Tolbert, Jason Kubel, and Justin Morneau hitting third and fourth. Michael Kadire followed by Rene Tassoni, who made his major league debut this afternoon. Danny Valencia, Drew Butera, and Luke Hughes.
And a scouting report on Jeff Neiman. Neiman making his fifth start. This guy's a monster of a man. 6'9", about 260. But he has not won since September 24th of last year. 0-4 over his last 5 starts with a 5.92 earned run average. Now he's had success against the Twins. And it's time to change that.
Span on the box to get things started. First pitch, scalded, foul, strike.
A lot of times we'll see Span, take a pitch or two, but you know what? When your team's struggling a little bit, you look for that fastball first pitch, take a hack at it, and that's what he does. He just pulls it foul.
Hey, that's one of the things the Rays did early on. They got some fat pitches last night against Liriano and jumped all over them. Soft line drive right to the second baseman, one down. Brooklyn fourth defense for the Rays. Sam Fuld, the phenomenal rookie, getting a chance to play some in left field. Upton and Joyce join him in the outfield. Rodriguez, Johnson, Zobrist, Kochman, and John Jaso surrounding Jeff Neiman.
Yeah, the Rays are 12-3 over the last 15 ball games, and Joe Madden has said, boy, my defense is playing very, very well.
Including Sam Fuld, who makes the catch on Tolbert's fly ball on the first pitch, 2 down.
Well, the numbers on Jeff Neiman, 20 1/3 innings in his first 4 starts. He's given up 28 hits, 16 earned runs with 6 walks in 21 innings pitched and 15 strikeouts. Has allowed 4 home runs.
Overall, a very high opponent batting average, but particularly against left-handed hitters, he has struggled. Left-handers hitting almost 400 against him. 386 to be exact, and another lefty in the box, Jason Kubel. And strike one.
Well, Jason got a hit in that first game, continuing a hitting streak now at 10 games for Kubel.
And off the end of the bat, couple of hops to the shortstop, Johnson. And on a total of 5 pitches, Neiman has a 1-2-3 first. By Panther. Well, the Twins started this homestand by winning a pair of games against the Indians. That was supposed to be a 3-game series. A game was postponed. And now they dropped 2 against the Rays. And Anthony Swarzak hoping to back up a 1-2-3 first with another one here in the second inning. Matt Joyce will lead things off. Speed pitch hits the inside corner. 1 strike. Foul back, 2 strikes. Swarzak, you would think, would have the benefit, as you mentioned before, of having been here before. He got a little taste of what it's like, and hopefully will benefit because of that, even though that was a couple years ago. Did not have a particularly good 2010, but as Ron Gardenhire said today, he really made an impression in spring training, showing the ability to, as Gardy said, spin the ball, put something on it, make it move. 2-2.
I like his push off the rubber right now. I remember him a couple years ago, and the same thing, kind of a bulldog out on that mound, gets on that rubber, ready to throw. Defensive players like that. Saw a very good curveball from time to time.
Laced to center and a solid single. And Joyce is aboard, leading off the second inning. Ron Gardenhire talked about the improvement he's seen in Anthony Swarzak.
The one thing that he was doing in spring training, and that's where we got to go from, is spinning the ball. His arm angle was really good. He was able to throw his breaking ball over at just about any time, and he got back to a great angle with his arm, ball going downhill and throwing strikes with all of his pitches.
Yeah, I always talk about getting on top of that baseball and working that downward plane, and that's what Swarzak has worked on.
Well, here's Zobrist with a man on base again. It's kind of been the theme of the whole series so far, with a dozen runs batted in. And a strike. Now the Twins have also been run on extensively in this series, and so Matt Joyce, who has a couple of steals, needs to be paid some attention.
Yeah, they stole a couple bases here on Wednesday night. 3 stolen bases earlier today.
That's hit well to right field. And gone, a home run for Zobrist. He has done it again. An incredible series for Ben Zobrist with 14 runs batted in and an early 2-0 lead.
He has 25 RBIs now on the year, and 15 of those have come in the 6 games that the Twins have played the Rays. Looked like a changeup right there. Maybe a fastball came right back into that swing zone, and Zobrist hits his 7th home run and puts the Rays up 2-0.
I would say he's locked in. Here's Casey Kochman. He hit a home run this afternoon. High and tight, ball 1. Kochman getting a chance to play at first base in place of Twin Cities native Dan Johnson. 2-0. So again, the Rays draw first blood. When the Twins had their 3-game winning streak in all 3 games, they scored the first run. Crack to right field, and everything in the second inning here has been hit right on the button. Well, a good first inning for Anthony Swarzak, Ron Comer, but a rough start here in the second.
Well, so far, like you said, the first inning, everything was good and everything was down, and then he mixed some pitches like you guys said, and we all know you got to do to Johnny Damon and elevate the ball. So he made good pitches to Damon. This inning, Bert, you were right on. It was a changeup that was hit out of the ballpark, and that pitch, as we've talked about this series, being wild in the strike zone, a couple of those pitches right there, both of them up in the zone. To me, the one thing, if Swarzak can keep the arm angle and keep the angle of the pitch going down like that pitch right there, he's going to be okay for this ball game.
Yeah, we've seen already this inning just leaving some pitches up, and you know, this Tampa Bay ball club there, even though they came in the first game, you know, the lowest team ERA, they got guys that like to swing the bat, and they foul off a lot of pitches too.
Down low, 2-0 to Sean Rodriguez.
Valeriano and Blackburn didn't go too deep in game 1 and 2 in this 3-game series. And then you start looking around. Well, that put a lot of pressure on the bullpen, but the Twins in the 2 ball games, Dick, threw 427 pitches by the staff. 427 pitches in 2 games.
That's almost twice as many pitches as you'd like in a pair of games.
The Rays, they threw 281 pitches, so there's a difference by my California math. It says 146 pitches in just 2 games difference.
And sadly, in preparation for this game here tonight, those pitches, those added pitches, were thrown by relief pitchers to simplify matters.
Right.
And that Twins bullpen is in not nearly as good a shape as the Ray bullpen is. 3-1. High fly to center field. And Span still on the grass. Makes the catch. And Kochman holds it first, 1 away. Twins baseball brought to you in Sony High Definition. Well, one of the ways you can keep your pitch count down at a modest level, don't walk people. And Swarzak ran the count 3-0 on Rodriguez and then stepped back from the cliff and got him on a fly ball. John Jaso will hit. Very high ball 1.
Yeah, see, it's up to the Butera right here. You saw him trying to get out of his crouch position and get me back down in that strike zone. A lot of pitches up this inning. Swarzak, of course, very excited, but you want to miss if you want to miss down in the zone.
Line foul. Nice catch by the ball man.
He's ready down that right field line.
Wow.
That's a nice catch.
Played the hook and everything. One and one. Swarzak's got to work on getting that pitch down. 31 pitches, 17 strikes. Jaso only has a couple of walks, but they say he really likes to work the count. Go deep into the count. Bouncer to second. And Hughes throws to Morneau for out number 2. That time the runner took off, and we've seen the Rays hit and run throughout the season series. That time the second baseman Hughes held his ground. The ball hit right at him.
Well, first 6 ball games between these 2 ball clubs, the Rays have won 5 of the 6. They've hit over 300 as a club, very well with runners in scoring position, and their pitching staff has pitched very well against the Twins, averaging almost 7 innings a start.
2 down, a runner at second. Here's Elliott Johnson. I think the Twins around Coomer have been paying attention to the Rays attack on the bases with a lot of hit and runs. And at that time they had a hit and run appeared, and Jaso pulled the ball, but the Twins had the shortstop cover in the bag. Up and away, a ball.
Yeah, that's just a great move. You know, Gardy understanding even in Tampa how much Madden wanted to start guys in motion. They were struggling. Well, now what you're trying to do is just switch the coverages and make sure that you're changing them up. That way we don't have those issues that we've had in this series.
High fly, deep right field. To the edge of the track. Elliott Johnson flies out. Zobrist goes deep with a man aboard. He's having a series to dream about, and he's put the Rays up 2-0.
It's Mikowski hanging out here with Major Paul Rickert. He is a spokesperson for the Minnesota National Guard's 1st Brigade Combat Unit. And on May 22nd, 4 of these people here are going to be deployed over to Iraq and Kuwait. And they had a night out here at the ball game at Target Field. And Paul, what's it like just having the group together, just enjoying a night of fun before you head overseas?
This is a really great experience for us to get together and have some fun here in Minnesota with the Minnesota team. And we're leaving in just a couple of weeks to go to training. So this is a great opportunity for us.
Well, congratulations to you and best of luck, and we thank you for your service.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much for your service.
Ball 1 to Justin Morneau. And now ball 2. Morneau hit the ball hard a couple of times before coming out of the game. He lined out to the right fielder and the center fielder in his last 2 at bats. And he takes ball 3, 3-0. Michael Kadire will follow.
You know, but Justin, one of the M&M boys, and I want to congratulate Joe Mauer on talking to the press and getting some of the questions out there that I think a lot of people have been, asking over the last week or 2. And Joe really hasn't responded, but he did today, and I tip my hat to him.
Well, he was visible to the fan base that is very concerned about Joe's situation. It's one thing to not have him in the lineup on a nightly basis, but he really hadn't been visible at all. And just to see him being able to talk, I think, will calm a lot of fears. Here's Michael Kadire with a runner at first and nobody out. Twins trying to dig out of a 2-0 hole.
You have to know, Dick, how frustrating it must be for Joe Mauer not being able to compete. He's the best catcher in baseball. He's won 3 batting titles. And, sometimes I'm sure as a player, and I did the same thing, you kind of say, I'm going to go and hide it. Geez, I just want to get better. But, he's such a figure here in Minnesota that I'm glad that he spoke to everybody.
Bouncer to third. Rodriguez to Zobrist in a double play. Takes care of Morneau. Outnumbers 1 and 2.
Hey, Ron Krumer, I don't know if you feel the same way.
Yeah, Bert, the poor guy, he's trying hard to get back on the field, but to me, I saw him Friday in Tampa, and he looked like he was going to get the flu, and sure enough, that night he did. But to me, the bottom line is he's got to get his body healthy and strong, and that means going through a full regimen of lifting and getting weight training behind him so he can catch the rest of the season whenever that is he comes back. Right now, it just makes no sense to talk about moving the best catcher in baseball out of his position. That's
I don't
silly
even know why
me.
people say that.
Well, he said today he lost 15 pounds with the flu and was unable to really do much of anything. So if one of the problems was weakness before he was beset by the flu, now imagine how much weaker he is muscularly, having not been able to do anything for a week. So it's going to take a while. But I think just simply appearing in little sound bites and showing that he's able to converse and all that just will go a long way toward alleviating fears that this might be some really long-term scary thing. 2-1 to Tassone, who got a couple of hits and an RBI in his major league debut this afternoon. Popped up left side. And Neiman had a 4-pitch walk to the leadoff man in the second, but faces just 3 men in the inning. you by Explore Minnesota. Visit exploreminnesota.com to plan your next Minnesota vacation today. Hey, there's the Fitzgerald Theater in downtown St. Paul. It was built in 1910. Let me do my Minnesota high school math. That thing's over 100 years old. Wow. St. Paul's oldest surviving theater space. Originally named the Sam S. Schubert Theater. And, of course, that's where Garrison Keillor calls home for the Prairie Home Companion. Sam Folt leading off the third against Anthony Swarzak. Ball one delivered. And now a swinging strike on the second pitch.
Yeah, good changeup right there.
Foul back, 1-2. To add to the superhero status of Sam Folt, I mean, a lot was made of the fact he is on the All-Star ballot now because the Rays were successful in taking Ramirez off the ballot as a DH and putting Damon over there and inserting Folt now. Pulled down the line and foul. Joe Madden says, you know what, the way he's playing, he might actually make the team. But he's a diabetic. He has to inject himself with insulin twice a day. And he has played every game like it's his last.
Yeah, that's the way you're supposed to play the game of baseball. You never know. This young man right here never really got an opportunity with the Cubs. He was up 3 different years with the Cubs, but in 98 games with the Cubs, he had only 1 home run, drove in only 5 runs, and hit .252. Now he's getting a chance to play every day for the Rays. He comes into this ball game hitting .333.
And they've had a lot of fun with the social media. Sam Folt, who's become a cult figure status in the St. Petersburg area. Up high, they've had lines like I think it was first used about Elliot Maddox, that 3/4 of the earth is covered by water, the other quarter's covered by Elliot Maddox, the great center fielder for the Phillies. Superman wears Sam Folt pajamas to bed. A drive to right, and Kadyr's going back and makes the catch on the warning track. 1 away, and that'll bring up veteran Johnny Damon, who has had a catbird seat for this remarkable turnaround for the Rays.
We always have to go out and create our luck instead of waiting it to happen. And, you know, these guys are definitely going out there and making it happen now instead of, you know, early on we were waiting for that big hit or we were waiting for something to happen. But now we're trying to make it happen.
Boy, and that's what's exactly what they've done with the hit and runs, the stolen bases, and Damon's been a big part of all of it.
Well, not only on the field but also in the clubhouse. I think his presence of what he stands for. The guy comes in, he hardly ever misses a ball game. I mean, he's playing right now with a broken finger. You know, I mean, this guy, he's a gamer.
2-0 from Swarzak. Damon struck out on a high fastball against Swarzak in the first inning. There's a strike, 2-1. And it's funny how things turn out. I mean, this season was going nowhere for the Rays. And then Manny Ramirez got caught with his hand in the hypodermic jar for the second time and retired. That ball's fair down the line. Kadir will play the carom and hold Damon to a single. He'll throw behind him, but it's a 1-out single for Damon here in the third inning.
And that base hit by Johnny Damon now extending his hitting streak to 16 games. He fell behind an account. You have to come in with the pitch. And Damon getting the barrel of the bat out quickly right down that first baseline. And Karem's off the grandstands right there. Kadir does a good job of getting that ball back in and keeping Damon to a single.
Nearly caromed off Mike DeMuro, the first base ump. Here's B.J. Upton, a fly ball to right, his first time up. Twins struggling, and right now it looks as if the only team in the American League Central that doesn't have some serious issues, the Cleveland Indians. White Sox are struggling. They're behind 5-0 to the Yankees. Royals, there's a Damon took off towards second and then got back to first. The Indians leading Kansas City now 8-0 in the 6th inning.
Yeah, the ball getting away and then Butera getting it right there. Damon thought about it, but got back to first. Damon with 4 stolen bases on the year. He has 389 career stolen bases. So keep an eye on him.
Got one this afternoon. Very high, 3-0. This afternoon, the Tigers completed their getting swept by the Mariners, 7-2. See if the Twins can turn this game around and finish the second homestand of the year with a winning record. 3-0 to B.J. Upton. And he missed. So that'll advance Damon to second. Upton to first with one away. And Matt Joyce to the plate. Arby's and Fox Sports North are giving you a chance to win a trip for 2 to Fort Myers, Florida. Simply pick up an Arby's It's Good Mood Food code card every Friday at any participating Arby's. Then log on to foxsportsnorth.com. Click on the Fan Zone tab and enter the code for the chance to win. To enter, you must be a member of the Fan Zone. It's free to join and be 18 or older. Visit foxsportsnorth.com for complete contest details. Matt Joyce at the plate with 2 men aboard. And a liner just foul by an inch, maybe 2. And Joyce was all over that first offering from Swarzak and put just enough hook on it.
Yeah, Mike DeMiro, the first base umpire, watch his reaction right here. Watch the flight of the ball. Turns around and sees that ball to maybe a landing foul. I don't know if that.
Did he kick up any of the white stuff?
Nope.
No?
Just to the right.
Yep. 1 strike to Joyce. Fouled back. Joyce started the 2-run second with a sharp single to right. And then Zobrist followed with a home run. There are already 2 men aboard, and I don't know that the Twins want to keep facing Zobrist with men on base the way he's been swinging the bat.
So we need a double play.
And Swarzak, when he's missed, he's consistently missed up.
Just trying to overthrow a little bit. Again, you have to set your sights to the shin guards of Drew Butera.
That's to the gap in left center. Tassone makes the catch. He's got a strong arm and he throws a nice peg to second base, but Tassone going to the gap and closing up that gap for out number 2. So he'll come to the plate with 2 men aboard and 2 out.
On game 1, again, 8 RBIs, a new Tampa Bay Rays record. In game 2, another home run, a 2-run home run. Hit a 3-run home run in the 6th inning in game 1.
No, I know you were kidding before when you said he needs to go down. He needs to.
No, I'm not.
You're not kidding.
No, I mean, you got to brush him back. I'm not saying hit him. Just say, you know, he's very comfortable up there right now. So pitch him hard inside.
There's a curve over the inside corner.
More change speeds. You have to do something different. He's on every pitch right now.
Change-ups, fastballs. If you're here in part because you were able to spin the ball, maybe a good time to do it here. Ball 1, a fastball up and in. To center. Span back. Boy, everything was hit pretty hard in the inning, but somehow
ball left up.
Swarzak was able to get through it without allowing any more runs. Arby's value player of the game, text the word value, followed by a space and the player's name to short code 234234. And Art Spann leading the voting so far. Keep voting. We'll have the results in the postgame show. 2-0 Rays. Here's Danny Valencia to start the third inning, facing Jeff Neiman. And there is a first pitch strike. Valencia, Butera, and Hughes. I've been told technically this is not a doubleheader. It's referred to as a split doubleheader. There are two separate gates, but the official people in charge of such things say that it's not a doubleheader. So we will try not to call it that. There's a dribbler left side. That's going to be a tough play. Rodriguez bare hands and makes a fine play to retire Valencia one away.
Yeah, about the only play that Rodriguez had was to do exactly what he did, because the ball was almost like a swinging butt. He had to come in and field the ball and then bare hands it, and on the run makes a nice throw over to Kochman at first base.
And that'll bring up Drew Butera with one gone. Well, however you want to refer to it, the Rays had a decision to make with this afternoon's game and tonight's game as to who was going to start when. They knew Jeremy Hellickson was going to be one of the starters. They knew Neiman was going to be the other. Neiman, for whatever reason, really struggles pitching during the day. And he's had much better success at night. Butera takes another strike, 0-2. So the decision...
He's a big vampire.
The decision turned out to be pretty easy. Let's let him pitch at the time of the day when he's had his greatest success. And now he's got a 2-0 lead in the third. 1-2.
Well, we've had some pretty good luck, Dick, with guests up in the booth. And Gladys here, she's up in the booth and she's celebrating her 85th birthday. So Gladys, happy birthday to you and welcome to the Twins TV booth.
There's a drive to left center field, hanging in the air for Fuld. He puts it away for out number 2.
There's Gladys. Got a nice sign behind us here. There's Gladys, happy 85th birthday. You got all your family here. Very nice.
Alden, Minnesota, so we're happy to have you here. 2 down, and that'll bring up Luke Hughes, trying to get the first hit for the Twins. Hughes, one of 7 players that has been called up from Rochester since opening day. And given the fact that this wraps up, I guess, the 4th week of the season, that's a remarkable number of call-ups. Fouled back, 1-1. Joe Mauer out on the railing of the dugout talking to Rick Anderson. And a lot of what the Twins have tried to do roster-wise is because Mauer's been unable to play now since the Twins were in St. Petersburg. Steve Holm is here. And Hughes with a swing and a miss, 1-2.
Well, you cannot do anything about injuries. You know, Joe Mauer over the years have had some little injuries, but the Twins know they need Mauer back 100%, so it's going to take time. So you need other guys to step up.
Dropped a curve for strike 3 and a nearly perfect first trip through the batting order for Jeff Neiman. by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. By AT&T. And by Comcast. Call Comcast Business Class at 800-391-3000 to turn your business into a fast business. Tassone tracks another one down in the gap in left center field on the first pitch. Kochman hits yet another line drive to the outfield. This one hauled in by Rene Tassone.
Yeah, we've seen Tassone make some very nice catches already. Remember, he just got called up for game 1. And here he just fills that gap right there. Nice running catch, good concentration, sticking up that glove at the last second, and able to get the first out here in the 4th inning.
Everything that's been hit hard lately, the second time through the order, has been hit right on the button. I mean, all 3 outs in the 3rd inning were line drives to the outfield in the first one of the 4th. Strike 1 to Sean Rodriguez.
Yeah, even though that's strike 1, Dick, you see again the location, belt high. You know, this Ray Ball Club, they're very aggressive up at the plate. You got to get the ball down in the strike zone. Change speeds.
Hard to Hopper off of Valencia, picked up by Tolbert. That'll work. 5-6-3, 2 down.
Well, Tolbert like a cat out there anyway. And, you know, Valencia probably saved them an error right here. This ball hit sharply, and then over to Tolbert. He alertly picks it up and gets Rodriguez at first base. Yeah, you don't write down in your scorecard too many times 5-6-3.
2 down, and here's John Jaso. And there's strike 1 from Swarzak. Well, it might not seem like much, but Swarzak, if he can get Jaso, will have completed 4 innings in less than 70 pitches. He will have completed 4 innings. That's something Liriano and Blackburn could not do.
Good tempo too, though, Dick. I think that's the biggest thing. That's why we see some good defensive plays. He's working quick, and nobody's going to catch that one.
Jaso with a towering home run, and it's 3-0. Jaso's 2nd of the year and 2nd home run of the night against Anthony Swarzak.
Almost looked like the same pitch that he threw to Zobrist. It just kind of hung right there, and Jaso with that uppercut swing anyway. Take a look at the pitch. Yeah, almost the same pitch. Jaso with that uppercut swing makes solid contact, and it's a 3-0 Rays lead.
Here's Elliott Johnson, hit a fly ball to fairly deep right center field, pushed Kadire back to the edge of the warning track, and that one comes in head high, ball 1. And back down around the knees, 1-1. Measure Jaso's home run at 403 feet. Another one up, 2-1. Fly ball down the right field line. Kadire's got a long run, and he makes the catch to end the inning. A solo home run for John Jaso, and it's 3-0 Rays. this weekend. Big Ten baseball. The Gophers hosting the Hawkeyes. The game tomorrow afternoon starts at 3, and all tickets are sold on the day of the game at Target Field. Go to gophersports.com for the complete Target Field schedule. First time through the order, the Twins didn't do anything against Jeff Neiman. They took a 4-pitch walk to start the second. See if they can put some better swings on Neiman the second time through the order like the Rays have against Anthony Swarzak.
Make him work a little bit. Only 26 pitches to get 9 outs for Jeff Neiman.
Span, Tolbert, and Kubel here in the Twins' fourth. That's to left center field. And Upton just glides after it. Between Fold and Upton, you got two outfielders that can really cover the ground in the outfield.
Yeah, I mentioned in Tampa, Dick, this is one of the outfielders, reminds me a lot of Devon White or Omar Marino, players that played behind me, that just could flat out just those long stride legs, able to catch up to the ball and cover a lot of ground. You see the concentration on watching the flight of the ball all the way into the glove.
One down in the fourth. Here's Matt Tolbert. Went after the first pitch, popped it up the left field in the first inning. The Twins have fallen behind 3-0 on a couple of home run balls. Tolbert lashing one to right field. Hit it hard, but Matt Joyce, and that's out number 2. And Jason Kubel providing a window of opportunity.
Jason on a 10-game hitting streak. You see he's hitting over 400. Well, hopefully he can break up this little no-hitter so far that Jeff Neiman's put together in 3 2/3 innings.
Down and away, ball 1. Now, didn't you say this afternoon that at one point in one game you gave up 5 home runs in a game?
Yes, I did.
Neiman is one of 8 pitchers in the history of the game who's given up 6 in a game.
Did he win?
I don't have that information at my fingertips.
I know when I was going for the home run record, they asked Robin Roberts, because I think he gave up 46 home runs and I was going to pass him. And he said, well, how many wins does he have? And I think I had 15 wins at the time. And he said, then what's the big deal?
3-0 to Kubel with Morneau on deck. And a strike, 3-1. Now the Twins don't have an abundance of power. In fact, no team has hit fewer home runs than the Twins in the major leagues. But maybe, if Neiman's willing, they can hit 1 or 2 out here and get back in the game. They're only down here 3-0, and we say that only because they've been behind early and often in this series so far. Bouncer to second. Easy play for Zobrist. And Neiman's got 4 no-hit innings, and he's faced the minimum number of batters through his 4 innings. fun at the ballpark despite the score. It's 3-0. Sam Full takes strike one from Anthony Swarzak. Well, we'll see if Swarzak can do a better job through this Tampa Bay lineup the third time. Second time they were teeing off on him, and he gave up just the one run and a couple of hits.
Well, that's what he's done a lot right there. Just missing up in the strike zone.
But significantly.
Yeah, 9 fly ball out so far for the Rays against Swarzak.
Two and one. Fold with a pop to short and a liner to right.
You can see where the pitches are so far. Just missing again up in the strike zone.
And a soft line drive to Hughes, one away. AT&T trivia question for tonight's broadcast.
Joe Madden.
Dave Martinez. Named the only team that the Rays have swept in 16 doubleheaders. Now, again, they're telling me that the official statistics source, Major League Baseball, does not consider this a doubleheader.
Day-night.
But it's referred to as a split doubleheader. Popped up behind second base. Tolbert loves it, out number 2. Fox Sports North recognizes Comcast for making a difference in our community. This Saturday is Comcast Cares Day, and over 1,300 Twin Cities Comcast employees, family members, and friends will volunteer for 23 Twin Cities area nonprofit organizations. You can log on to foxsportsnorth.com to learn more about the cause. Comcast, we power dreams in our communities. Here's B.J. Upton with 2 gone in the 5th. Another line drive, this one down for a hit. Tassone fields it, and Upton's aboard with a 2-out single. They're not missing many of the pitches by Anthony Swarzak, and Upton has his first hit.
That wasn't a bad pitch, breaking ball at Upton. Used his hands very nicely right there. 75 pitches for Swarzak. 1 walk, 1 strikeout so far in the ball game. Given up 6 hits. 2 of them have left the ballpark.
Joyce has hit 2 blistering line drives, one for a hit in the second inning to right field. And then he hit one to the gap in left center that Tassone was able to gather in, and he takes a big rip there. 1 strike. Twins haven't won in this series. They haven't had a lead in this series. 1-1. Upton with 5 steals and 7 tries.
And the Rays like to run 28 stolen bases on the year. They've been caught only 8 times.
Up and away, and it's 2-1. Joyce got the big double against Joe Nathan in the series in St. Petersburg. It helped win a ball game late. Fastball, and Joyce a little frustrated that he swung at that. 2-2. Swarzak has just 1 strikeout. It was of Damon in the second inning. Two and 2 to Matt Joyce. And now full count. Zobrist on deck, potentially with a couple of men on base.
Yeah, Justin Morneau letting Swarzak know he'll be playing behind Upton at first base.
Full count. Upton will take off early. There he goes. And the pitch fouled off a leg. And Joyce will crumple to his knees. Ray Trainer will come out and take a look at him.
Well, they've been trying to pitch him inside, and right here, Joyce trying to get that pitch inside right off that left kneecap. Joyce coming over to the Rays back in 2008 over the winter for right-handed pitcher Edwin Jackson. To the Tigers. Hey, Ron Coomer, Swarzak just up in the zone all day long.
Bert, what I'm seeing and what I've experienced as a player, when a guy has an arm angle like Anthony does, where he really throws up to down, and that's a good thing. But the issue is when a guy elevates his fastball, when he has an over the top as Anthony is shooting down, when he elevates his fastball, it really straightens out, and that's why you're seeing big swings when the pitch is elevated.
Popped up, short center. Tolbert out, Span in, and Span with the call on the catch to end the inning. A good fifth inning. The Twins haven't done anything against Jeff Neiman, and Justin Morneau will try to do something about that.
State Lottery Winner Circle, and this is $100 in Minnesota State Lottery tickets for Linda here, part of the St. Paul Hotel Group. And Bert, look at his sign. This whole gang made for you, from one Minnesota icon to another. They're all looking to get circled, along with this wonderful sign. Everybody having a good time here tonight? Bert, they're having a blast, and you just made their night.
They are here by circle. Tell them congratulations.
I had no idea you were 100 years old.
I don't feel 100.
You don't look a day
I had
over.
pretty good stuff down at instructional.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, but we only had.
Huh?
Yeah, we didn't have 60 feet 6 inches. We were about 40 feet. Ron Coomer did a good job of catching me.
1-0 to Justin Morneau, and now 2-0. Morneau's been up there for 6 pitches from Neiman, and he's taken 6 balls. He threw a 4-pitch walk, but then was doubled up in the Kadire at bat.
Yeah, Neiman only 38 pitches.
High fastball, and Morneau swung at ball 3. 2-1. Rays have the infield shift on. Off of Neiman. It looks like he took it right off the chest. And Morneau retired. He looks into the dugout, says, I'm fine. A hard-won hopper for the first out of the fifth.
Well, I said this guy's a big monster, 6'9", about 260, and maybe a little bit off that right rib area.
Well, 13 up, 13 down, counting the double play ball. Here's Kadire, who hit the double play ball back in the second inning. Slow curve, left up high. Say that Neiman's best start this year was his start a couple starts ago against the Twins. Kadire kind of a half swing, and he lifts a foul fly into the seats.
Yeah, in that ball game, he got a no decision. He faced up against Scott Baker. They went 7 innings, gave up 3 earned runs on 8 hits for the walk and 6 strikeouts.
That's hit high and deep to center. Upton ranging back and making the catch near the edge of the track. Out number 2. And it'll bring up to Sony. But before he comes to the plate, you can submit a question online at carsoup.com/baseball. Mary Luminen of Eveleth, Minnesota. Well, Bert, you're always talking about an inside-out swing. Can you explain what you mean?
Well, I think it'd be better explained by Ron Coomer. I mean, you know, I talk about an inside-out swing when a guy takes a pitch the other way. Ron Coomer, what do I mean when I say that?
Sometimes I don't know. No, but what that means is, Bert, and we all know, is when you're leading with your hands and you're letting know what you're trying to do is let the ball get deep on you as a hitter, and you lead with the knob of the bat or your hands, and the barrel goes behind. And then when you get out in front of home plate, the barrel catches up, and that's where you want to hit the ball. But an inside-out swing is your hands leading with the knob of the bat and the barrel being behind you.
Would it be a lot like Rod Carew, the way that he hit? I mean, just so pure the other way?
It shows up a lot more with guys like Rod Carew. Wade Boggs comes to mind, and so does Tony Gwynn. But, yeah, definitely.
5 no-hit innings, 15 up, 15 down for Jeff Neiman. Just the one walk that led off the second inning.
Twins visit the Royals could be dealing with some windy conditions at Kauffman Stadium. Those will be pulling in from the south between 20 and 30 miles per hour, though all in all looking like a warm and dry day.
Well, we'll take that.
Yes, that sounds pretty good.
Well, it's 3-0 here, and the Twins don't have a hit. We go to the 6th inning, and Anthony Swarzak will face Ben Zobrist with the bases empty. Boy, he is just on every pitch.
Yep.
The home run in the 2nd inning with a man aboard made it a 2-0 game. And then he had a liner to center. Span caught it to end the 3rd inning and leaving 2 men on base.
Hey, Ron Coomer, I know throughout your career you went through streaks like this. It seems like no matter where the pitch was, you're going to hit it hard somewhere.
Well, you are, and the bottom line is you're seeing the ball very well. Usually means your head is staying pretty still, and you're picking up the release point of the pitches. And the other thing is, your body's feeling good. But this guy right now, you talked about it, you and Dick both, how comfortable he is in the box right now. You got to move his feet a little bit. You can't let a guy just stand in there and keep wailing away and pounding the ball the way he is against you.
Well,
that's a big thing, where they always say, hey, you got to bust him off the plate. I don't mean by hitting him. I mean by exactly move his feet, maybe make him stand up once in a while without hitting him. Is just pitching aggressively inside like that.
And, playing behind some guys that had a little mean streak in them. I know Clemens was one that when I played third base behind him, you knew when he didn't even look for a sign. He just fired the ball in there. And he'd make a guy stand up. And there you go. There's nothing wrong with getting a guy moving and being aware of the pitch in. That just opens up the outer third. As a hitter, I knew that always did that to me.
Sometimes you have to repeat it. Now it's 2-2. Do you go back inside again? Watch Butera, see what he wants.
I'd try to hit him right in the thumb.
Well, he's leading off the inning. You're already down 3-0, and Swarzak with 87 pitches is probably pitching in his last inning here, I would think.
Oh,
my
boy.
goodness.
That's a good changeup right there that he got the barrel of the bat on, and again, Kadire holding him to a single. He did the same thing Johnny Damon did earlier in this 3rd inning. Hit that ball sharply right down that first baseline. See the location right there. And that's not a bad pitch. Instead, he just got the barrel of the bat out and gets another base hit.
Yeah, but that ball's in the middle of the plate, Bert. And when a guy's that hot right now, he's on speed right now, either hard or soft. We've seen him in the last couple days. To me, you've got to make him make an adjustment in the batter's box, or just walk him and pitch to the next guy. One of the two.
There's Kochman. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Kochman's hit the ball hard twice. A single in the 2nd. And he sent Tassone to the gap in left center field.
Yeah, Tassone made a great running catch out in left center.
Almost screwed himself into the ground. 0-2.
See, guys, that's that high fastball I'm talking about. You're seeing some big swings by some of the Rays hitters. When Anthony elevates his fastball, it straightens out, so you don't get the movement that we saw with his fastball in the 1st inning. When it's up, you're going to see big swings the rest of the night if he keeps the ball up.
Just off the inside corner, 1-2, missing inside off the plate.
Yeah, I think what we've seen, though, Ron, is most of his pitches, I'm going to say 3 or 4 pitches have been up in the zone. As a hitter, you don't look down anymore. You look belt high and then a little bit above. Like that.
Curveball hit to the right field corner. And scampering to 3rd is Zobrist. 1st and 3rd, nobody out.
Again, the breaking ball, Dick, but the location. He just left it up right there, and Kochman gets his 2nd hit. Look at the look right there. See where it's at? Thigh high.
See, he had Kochman, in watching this, he had him off balance and out in front a little bit. But when the pitch is up in the zone, all your hands got to do is just keep going, and you can get the barrel of the bat to the ball. If that ball's down, he either hooks that ball to Justin as a routine ground ball, or he swings through it.
Right.
Well, he had Zobrist 0-2 and gave up a single. He had Kochman 0-2 and gave up a single. So now 1st and 3rd, nobody out. And here's Sean Rodriguez. Corner infielders, of course, Morneau holding the runner. Valencia even with the bag at 3rd. Middle infielders playing back. And Rodriguez swings through a breaking ball. Cracked foul. Made George Hendrick do a dance.
There's a guy that could hit right there, George Hendrick. First base coach for Joe Madden. Tom Foley over at third base is the third base coach.
Bouncer left side. Valencia will go to second. Now the relay to first. And the throw would have been late anyway. Morneau didn't hang on to it. A run comes in. Zobrist from third base, and it's 4-0.
I'm surprised Valencia didn't go home with that throw right there. You know, a 3-0 ball game, and you want to try to cut that runner off at home. And Valencia went to second base.
Let's back to our trivia question.
I'm going to say the Baltimore Orioles.
And I will say, well, you got it right.
Yeah. It's on the first page of the Rays.
Oh, is that right?
Notes, yeah.
Back in 2000.
It wasn't in the media guide. I didn't use that. I used the notes.
Anthony Swarzak, 95 pitches. And with Jaso having homered against Swarzak his last time up, he'll be relieved now by Glenn Perkins.
Field playing back, and then Valencia even with the bag, and Rodriguez hits his ball, and they see Valencia a little bit behind the bag, but if he charges that ball and makes a throw right to Butera, you got to play at home plate. Instead he tried to go for the double play. If I'm the pitcher right there and my third baseman, I want him to get that runner at home, especially in a, the guy's got a no-hitter going, and it's a 3-0 ball game. Now it's a 4-0 ball game.
Glenn Perkins will come in to pitch to John Jaso.
Well, look at great numbers for Perkins. 9 1/3 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks.
Ball one. Six hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Actually done better against right-handed hitters than lefties. The Twins were able to protect Perkins both last night and this afternoon, so this is his first appearance of the series.
A couple throw-overs. Rodriguez with 1 stolen base in 2 attempts. One thing we've seen from Perkins, Dick, is that fastball normally at 93, it's up to about 96, 97. There's a pitch just missing away at 92.
2-0. Jaso hit a 400-foot-plus home run his last time up. Foul, and Valencia will track it into foul ground, and keeping an eye on the baseball, one on the tarp. He does not make the play. 2-1.
Valencia had to go a long way for this ball. You can see him take his eye off the ball to look out for the tarp.
To left center. Span to the gap. Can't make the play. It'll run to the warning track. Rodriguez around third. He's coming in. And it'll be another run for the Rays on a double to the gap by John Jaso.
Well, great effort by Denard Span. Good job by Tassoni backing up. And this ball slicing away from Denard Span. All-out effort, diving for the ball, coming up a little short. Tassoni right there backing the play up. But Jaso with his second RBI of the ball game on his third double.
And it's 5-0 with Elliott Johnson at the plate. A couple of outfield flies to Michael Kanire so far for Johnson. Pitch is up high, ball one. So the log complete on Swarzak. 5 1/3 innings in 5 earned runs. Runner at second. Perkins, runner. There's a ball pulled foul behind Tom Foley. 1-1.
You know what Joe Madden has? He has a lot of players that can play so many different positions that are pretty good. I mean, Elliott Johnson right here, utility type player. He lines that ball foul. Rodriguez, who just scored, we've seen him play 2 or 3 different positions. Ben Zobrist, we see him all over the place. He made the All-Star team a couple years ago when he played 7 different positions for the Rays.
And it strikes me how athletic they are. I mean, 1 through 9, there's not, well, I suppose when Kelly Shopik is in, he doesn't run particularly well, but they're all kind of built with the same frame,
right?
You know, 6'2", 6'3", they run pretty well. And just look how this inning has opened up here, because Rodriguez was able to beat a double play grounder and keep the inning going. The Our Family Brands family section is back this season. Beginning at just $23, you can get a ticket in the family section, a Schweigert hot dog, and a Pepsi. Ticket availability is limited for the upcoming Tigers and Blue Jays series. So if you want to sit in the Our Family Brands family section, call 800-33-TWINS. Visit twinsbaseball.com. 2 gone. Runner at second. And there's ball 1 to Fold.
You know, I just mentioned 3 guys that are in the lineup, and then you have Reed Breniak, who we've seen at different positions, and then also Felipe Lopez. He can play different positions. So 5 of the regular guys can play really a lot of different infield and outfield positions. So they are pretty athletic.
Well, that's all well and good, but if you run up a lot of error totals, well then, you know, how flexible are you? But the Rays have committed just 9 errors.
Right.
In the 24 games. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. $5-0, and the Rays keep adding runs. And the Twins' grasp on this game keeps slipping away. They don't have a hit yet. And Perkins, a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. The strikeout cold. 2 more runs for the Rays. They lead at 5-0. 15 batters.
You know, Dick, he's got 47 pitches in 5 shutout innings, and he hasn't thrown more than 11 pitches in 1 inning. Now, of course, you know, to go this far, you have to have good defense. Saw Rodriguez make a nice play. B.J. Upton running down a ball that's a possible extra base hit. Our Quest high-speed pitch, Jeff Neiman clocked as high as 95. Swarzak at 93.
High-speed pitch brought to you by Quest High-Speed Internet. Bottom third of the Twins lineup, Valencia, Butera, and Hughes. And the Twins just need to break the ice here and get their first hit. Ball 1. 1 base runner for the Twins. Morneau walked on 4 pitches to start the second inning, and then the next batter, Kadair, bounced into a double play. Missing outside again, 2-0. With Butera on deck. And a strike. Since being on the disabled list last year, Neiman is 1-8 with an ERA of just under 9. So what he's done here tonight is out of the ordinary for him. That's to left. Fold coming in, 1 away. And that'll bring up Butera.
Well, making his 66th major league start, he does have 3 complete games, and they're all shutouts. 1 shutout last year, 2 shutouts back in 2009.
Butera hit a fly ball to Fold his first time up. Chopped off the plate, foul, 1 strike. Now why it would be, I have no idea, but Butera coming into the game was 3 for 3 against Neiman. So if anybody's going to break up the no-hit bid, you'd figure it would be the Twins catcher. That said, he's behind in the count now, 0-2. Line to Steve Little.
Neiman with the 1 walk in the ball game and then 2 strikeouts. This is a pitcher when you start thinking about it, right around this time of the ball game.
Around the hands. And how many times did you get to this part of the ball game?
What? I had almost 700 major league starts, maybe a handful of times. It doesn't happen too often.
Leaded one of them, right? 1-2 to Butera. Earlier this week, in fact Monday night, former Twin Philip Umber threw 7 innings at Yankee Stadium against that lineup. Had a no-hitter. Swing 2-2. Then it was what, Max Scherzer just a few days ago too for the Tigers. Had a no-hitter going in a controversial base hit. Ruled on a tough play for Brandon Inge. There's a pitch down and away, 3-2.
I had a lot of them after 1 inning.
Yeah. Full count to Butera. And a chopper. This last year, Dallas Braden threw a perfect game. And Neiman had a pretty good seat for it because he was the losing pitcher in that game. Garza last year finally threw the first no-hitter for the Rays. 3-2 to Drew Butera. Pop up near first, and in foul ground, Kochman has an easy play, out number 2. And that'll bring up Luke Hughes. Hughes called out on strikes to wrap up the third inning. Indians finished off the Royals and a sweep of Kansas City 8-2. The Royals will pack their bags and go to Kansas City, wait for the Twins. One strike. One and one. Bouncer left side. Rodriguez fires across. 6 no-hit innings for Jeff Neiman, and the Rays have a 5-0 lead. Sports North is brought to you by McDonald's. Try a strawberry banana or wild berry fruit smoothie today. And by fast, reliable, secure, heavy-duty internet from Quest. Johnny Damon swings at the first pitch of the 7th inning and flares it foul. 1 strike. Damon with a single in 3 trips. Rays getting a couple in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th, couple more in the 6th. And then Perkins pitches high and tight.
Well, Perkins, a left-hander that does like to pitch up and in. So good pitch right there to Johnny Damon. No purpose behind it, just pitch aggressively inside.
2-1. Hughes, bare hands, fires. Nice play by Luke Hughes.
Well, we saw Rodriguez of the Rays have to come in and bare hand a ball to get the out at first base. Right here, Luke Hughes. It's jammed right there. A lot of spin on this ball, but Luke Hughes bare hands it. And then Justin Morneau gets up high for the out. Nice defensive play right there by Luke Hughes. Justin keeping his foot on the bag.
One down, Upton takes up high, ball 1. And a strike, 1-1. Anthony Swarzak leaving after 5 1/3 innings. Unable to complete 6 innings, but sadly the longest start for a Twins pitcher in this series. 2-1. Again, Swarzak making the start directly, indirectly, because Carl Pavano now has come down with a flu bug. And his next start pushed back to Sunday in Kansas City. Two and two. Twins will be gone for about a week and a half. Chance to disinfect the clubhouse.
Nice one-handed grab by the fan. Just to our right. Good high fives all around.
Still 2-2. And another foul. The road trip consists of 3 games in Kansas City, an off day in Chicago, then a quick 2-game series, a night game and a day game in Chicago, another off day in Boston, and then a 4-game wraparound series at Fenway Park.
And the Twins will be done with their travel to the Eastern Division. But Perkins picks up his 3rd strikeout, getting B.J. Upton.
Log on to FoxSportsNorth.com for complete coverage of the NFL Draft. Each day of the draft, we'll bring you a complete breakdown of the Vikings selections. We've also got stories about possible trade scenarios and who the Vikings could pick at number 12. Plus, Jeremy Fowler, the Pioneer Press, writes about the Vikings' approach to the draft. Check out all this and more right now on FoxSportsNorth.com. And watch the special KFAN on FoxSportsNorth.com draft show online tomorrow at 10:55. High and tight, 2-0. We'll fly to Kansas City with the team, and you told me this afternoon you'll be up at 3 in the morning to watch the royal wedding.
I did.
I thought I heard you say that.
Oh, you're hearing things.
Bouncer the second.
I'm getting some sleep.
And a 1-2-3, top of the 7th. Now time for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Medica. Of the game, and a couple of home run balls given up by Anthony Swarzak. That guy again, Ben Zobrist, who's already driven in 12 runs in the series, got 2 more in the second. And then John Jaso with a 403-foot home run against Swarzak, making it 3-0. But Jeff Neiman has issued 1 walk, not allowed a hit, and faced 18 men over 6 innings.
Yeah, 64 pitches for Neiman. So the pitch count outstanding. You know, I mean, if you want to get a chance to get that no-hitter, you have to keep that pitch count down. And I think that's one thing that Umber ran into a little bit of trouble with, that high pitch count.
Well, here's Span. They'll be followed by Tolbert and Kubel. And we mentioned that Neiman in particular really struggled against left-handed hitters. Obviously, the lefties haven't done anything against him here tonight, but it'll be Span, Tolbert, Kubel, and Morneau, 4 lefties in the next 4 spots for the Twins. Span with a soft liner to second and a fly ball to center. And he takes a ball, now a strike. One and one. And now 2-1. It should be of some help to Neiman, I would imagine, the fact that the score is 5-0 and not 1-0.
Yeah, but as a pitcher, you pitch like it's still 1-0, and that's the way you approach it. Yeah, the scoreboard says 5-0, but in Neiman's mind, it's still a 1-0 ball game.
2-1 to Span. 3-1. There've been a couple of other 3-ball counts. One of them to Morneau leading off the fifth. 5 3-ball counts in all. Three and one to Denard Span. And a bouncer foul into the dugout. Max in-game box score, and look at all those zeros.
Yeah, the only base runner was Justin Morneau, and then Michael Kadire hit into the double play.
Full count to Span, starting the Twins 7th. Time call.
This is the only place right here, Dick, where it's a 5-0 lead over, say, a 1-0 lead that Neiman may be thinking breaking ball rather than don't walk that first hitter, and put him on because it's a 1-0 game. See what he throws right here.
Span to left, base hit. And the no-hitter is broken up on a Denard Span looping base hit to left.
Great effort by Elliott Johnson at short. I mean, he tried everything he could to catch this ball to keep the no-hitter going. But Span, that's the inside-out swing that I was talking about right there. And he just hits that little flare past the diving Johnson. And Neiman's reaction, well, 6 no-hit innings.
And now Tolbert trying to build an inning.
As mentioned earlier, he has 3 career shutouts, 2 hit shutouts, and 1 7-hit shutout.
And a strike on the outside corner. The fans reacting similarly to how they reacted a couple years ago. Remember when Mark Burley threw his perfect game, and then against the Twins in his next start, he had 5 perfect innings in that game, and then somebody finally broke it up, and the Twins fans were appreciative of that, but they also, on top of that, gave Burley a round of applause, and he thought it was sarcastic applause at the time, and found out otherwise. And no, this Twins fans were into it and really appreciated the fact that he nearly pitched back-to-back no-hitters or perfect games.
Yeah, you don't see that happen too often, and these Twin fans, they of course they're rooting for the Twins, but if somebody has a no-hitter going and the Twin breaks it up, they're excited that they broke it up, but they're also applauding, hey, great job, took the no-hitter into the 7th inning.
1-1 to Tolbert. Just to get Neiman into the stretch, he's hardly thrown any pitches from the stretch position.
Yeah, the only time after the walk, but then a couple pitches later, Kadire hit into the double play.
2-1, and behind Tolbert, of course, the guys the Twins hope can do some damage to get the Twins back in this game. Bobbled by the second baseman. Zobrist throws out Tolbert. And Span advances to second. Now, they probably would not have gotten 2 anyway because Tolbert runs well, but the Twins have their lead runner at second base. Home Depot doing more on defense, and Neiman helped out his own cause.
Well, anytime that you can take a no-hitter or even a shutout late in the ball game, you need good defense behind you. Here's Rodriguez making a great play. Saw B.J. Upton cover a lot of ground right here, making a nice running catch.
Here's Kubel trying to keep his hitting streak alive and perhaps in the process get the Twins a run here in the 7th. Ball 1. A couple of ground balls for Kubel, 1 to short, 1 to second.
Yeah, 2 straight slow breaking balls. The first one down, so he comes back with it again.
Fox Tracks brought to you by Carrier.
Changeup right there. Yeah, straight changeup. Two curveballs and a changeup so far to Kubel in this at bat.
To the right side, Zobrist gobbles it up, out number 2, and Span moves up a base. And that'll bring Morneau to the plate. Well, Neiman has lost the no-hit bid. Joel Peralta warming up in the Ray bullpen, even though Neiman's only thrown 78 pitches. Morneau drew the walk in the 2nd inning and then hit one off the chest of Neiman, leading off the 5th. On the inside corner, strike 1. Mentioned before, Neiman's got a much better record pitching at night than he does during the daytime. That factored into how the Rays structured their rotation here today. Roped to right. Hard off the wall. Morneau will hold up with an RBI single. And I'm not sure he could hit the ball any harder than he just did.
Well, the Twins able to break up the no-hitter this inning and now break up the shutout as Justin Morneau picks up a base hit, scoring Denard Span. Justin picking up his 8th RBI of the year. Fastball right there. And Justin hitting it hard over the head of Matt Joyce. He plays the carom off the wall. Holds Justin to a single.
We'll see if Kadire can deliver a long ball. The Twins have plenty of coming back to do here yet, but a couple of singles. They worked the runner around, got him in scoring position, and now Kadire takes down and away, ball 1. One and 0. Check swing and a foul. 1-1.
Yeah, big breaking ball right there.
1-2 to Michael Kadire. Hard smash. Kochman stays with it. Neiman to the bag, and that ends the inning. Couple of hits for the Twins. A 2-out hit for Morneau. The Twins are on the board. It's 5-1.
Been a long couple weeks. Today I'm feeling good. I think I'm going in the right direction. Having that infection down there in Tampa kind of set me back quite a bit. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I'm starting to make improvements and just itching to get back on the field.
I can only imagine for Joe Mauer, the frustrations of not being able to play. Of course, signing that big contract, that kind of, weighs on him a little bit. And now Joe, has to go through all the rehab again. We wish him nothing but the best and get back healthy.
Zobrist is a right-handed batter, slaps the barrel of the bat on. Well, and I'm sure it makes it infinitely more difficult for Joe that the team is not playing well at all in his absence. And you see series like this where the Twins have been outplayed in every facet of the game to this point. You got a big road trip coming up with 3 in Kansas City, 2 in Chicago. It's always tough and fun to be in Fenway Park. Zobrist, unbelievable. Hard off the wall. Tassoni with a long and accurate throw, but not in time. And Zobrist just can't help himself. Wherever the pitch is, wherever it's located, right side, left side, it doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, third hit. Well, again, the fastball. Everything seems to be the fastball. That boy, he's on everything. Ron Coomer mentioned earlier, you get into that type of groove, you just don't miss it.
Well, a leadoff double. Kochman has a pair of singles. The Rays have 10 hits and 5 runs. The Twins 1 run on 2 hits. At the knees, a strike. So Perkins, who came in and got the last 2 outs of the 6th at a 1-2-3 7th, now has to pitch with an important runner at second and nobody out. Bounce to the right side. Kochman advances the runner with a ground ball, 1 down. If you don't have a Minnesota Twins Reward MasterCard, right now is the perfect time to sign up for one. You can sign up now and earn a huge signing bonus to earn point rewards or points towards $25 reward certificates. And if you'd like to sign up, call 800-33-TWINS. Infield in now for the Twins for the Sean Rodriguez at bat. A little bit high, ball 1. strike. 1-1. Again, Perkins' fastball clock consistently in the mid-90s. I'll tell you, it's just a matter of him being healthy. Shoulder problems, he hopes, are long behind him now. And he can just get out there and let it fly for an inning or two.
Yeah, I think that's important too. You know, I mean, he always wanted to be a starter. He came up basically as a starter. Now, you know, kind of the setup guy, you know, out in that bullpen, he can just air it out.
Two and two.
See if he can get a strikeout right here. Has 3 already.
Through the hole to left. And Zobrist will come in after his leadoff double. And Rodriguez gets the run back for the Rays. The Twins worked so hard to get in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, Rodriguez picking up his 7th RBI of the year. It looked like a changeup or something. I would imagine that he would go right after him, but he left the ball up, and Rodriguez slapping it through the drawn-in infield. Oh, a breaking ball right there. Zobrist scores for the 3rd time in the game.
That'll bring up Jaso. A solo home run to right, and then an RBI double in the 6th. Morneau plays a delicate hop and starts a double play with Tolbert hanging in there at second base. He really got cleaned out by Rodriguez, but a good 3-6-3 double play wraps up the 8th.
Hands of the Tampa Bay Rays, and our coverage will continue immediately following last pitch tonight here from Target Field on Quest Twins Live, featuring the Toyota postgame wrap. We'll talk about Jeff Niemann's near no-no. Denard Span broke it up with a single in the 7th inning. Charging ground balls at third base is our instructional tonight. Ron Coomer, a former third baseman himself, will break down the art of charging ground balls at third base, and we'll get Ron Gardenhire's postgame and series reaction. Plus, we'll look ahead to the upcoming road trip through Kansas City, Chicago, and Boston, all on Quest Twins Live. We got a couple changes. Sean Rodriguez exits the game due to injury, and Peralta takes to the mound. Dick Bramer.
Well, Peralta comes in with Niemann having done a wonderful job through 7 innings, giving up just a couple of hits and 1 run, and Rene Sassoni will be the first man Peralta faces.
Yeah, Peralta here worked on in last night's ball game, 1 shutout inning through 11 pitches, 8 for strikes with a strikeout. Peralta making his 12th relief appearance out of that very good bullpen for the Rays.
Outside, ball one. Felipe Lopez in the game replacing Sean Rodriguez. Rodriguez involved with the play at second base and the collision with Matt Tolbert. And we surmise that's where the injury occurred. There's a hot ground ball foul. Oh, nice backhanded play. Boy, there's our Gold Glove winner right there.
I think Rodriguez, I was kind of watching him walk off the field after trying to break up the double play, and he was looking at, I believe, his left hand. He may have jammed his hand. I don't think Tolbert stepped on it or anything.
1-1 to Tassone. Talked about Tassone this afternoon. He asked for time. Another British Columbian native. Another left-handed hitter. And he singled in his first major league at bat this afternoon. Later got another single and a run batted in. Breaking ball and a called strike. 1-2. Tassone played last night for Rochester and got the call after the game and got on a flight at 6 o'clock this morning to get here to the Twin Cities. And he strikes out here for the first out of the 8th. Let's check out the play at second base with Rodriguez coming in hard on Matt Tolbert.
Well, you see, he's trying to break up the double play right there. Tolbert on the infield side. See the left hand right there. Take a look at the left hand.
Oh, his spike did get it.
Okay, yeah. So he hit Tolbert trying to break up the double play with his left hand. Might have spiked it and cut it open.
Here's Valencia, and there's strike one. Valencia with a bouncer to third and a fly ball to left. Ooh. If it didn't hit him, I'm not sure how it didn't.
That's a breaking ball right there. Peralta. Wasn't a fastball up and in. You know, the Rays bullpen kind of all new faces out there. See the breaking ball just spun, didn't really move.
A cement mixer. Down and away, and it's 2-1. So Nathan getting loose in the pen. This afternoon, the Twins needed Matt Capps to finish off the 9th inning and get the last 2 outs, and Nathan apparently will get a chance to pitch the last inning against the Rays. 2-1 to Valencia. Three and one. Hit well to left center field, but Upton covers ground and makes the play. Out number 2. You can take the Twins with you wherever you go this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today and see every Twins game live or on demand on your computer and your favorite devices. Visit TwinsBaseball.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. However, in-market blackout rules apply. 2 gone, and here's Drew Buterin. Pop up to left and a foul pop to first. And a strike. I think we've talked about it, how in the absence of Joe Mauer, the Twins really haven't missed Mauer hitting third. What they miss is Valencia hitting 8th, Kubel hitting 6th, Kadir 7th, whatever. The depth of this lineup is what really has hurt the Twins. Kubel's doing just fine hitting 3rd until tonight. He had a long hitting streak, hitting in the mid 300s, hitting for some power. But it's where he would be hitting if Mauer were in the lineup. Those spots in the batting order are really vulnerable right now.
Well, and you miss his average. I mean, Joe is over 300 career average, and you miss his bat too.
So a 1-2-3-8 for Peralta. We go to the 9th with the Rays up 6-1. Twins started this homestand with a pair of nice wins against the red-hot Cleveland Indians. And now the hotter Tampa Bay Rays are threatening to sweep the Twins in 3 games at the back end of the homestand.
They're playing very good baseball, winning 12 of the last 15 ball games since April 10th. So Twins are facing a very hot Tampa Bay Ray ball club. And Joe Nathan coming in. He last worked on Saturday, making his 9th appearance. And every appearance very important for Joe Nathan. Here on Saturday, a 1-2-3 inning, had a couple strikeouts, 13 pitches, 9 for strikes. So these outings here for Joe Nathan, yeah, people are going to say, oh, it's just a mop-up role. They're very important for Joe as the summer goes on.
And it was Nathan's 2 nightmarish outings in St. Petersburg that led to his self-demotion out of the closer's role. Strike 1 to Elliott Johnson. Blew a save opportunity early in the series, and the Twins took the lead, and then a bouncer wide at first, and then Matt Capps blew one in the ball game, and the Twins ended up losing that ball game. And then Nathan, in the game that had Scott Baker pitching so well against the Rays, Twins had a lead late, and Nathan lost that one on Saturday. Two strikes. And what the Twins want to see from Nathan, his ability to finish off pitches. It's such a vague term, so I want you to define to our viewers what finishing off a pitch means.
Exactly what I talked about in the instructional will be game 1 and 2. You're working out front. That's what I saw from Joe Nathan on Saturday. He had a couple strikeouts because he really worked out front. Like that right there. Good fastball. And Nathan picks up a strikeout. Good location. All it is, that little bit of risk at the end. And, coming off the Tommy John surgery, that's the area that you kind of are a little hesitant about. Now watch Joe's arm right there come through the ball, and you can see that his arm goes all the way through, almost like you're going to hit your back pocket.
Well, now to an idiot like me, how can the
I agree.
how can the velocity?
You say that again?
How can the velocity be there and yet he's not finishing off his pitches? In other words, he was clocked in St. Petersburg at 92, 93, but they didn't like the way the pitches were finishing.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of push the ball rather than really snap the ball. Okay, you push it, you kind of lead with the palm because automatically he's trying to protect that elbow, but when you finish, I mean, just put your hand down like that real quick, Dick. Just like you're shaking your hand. You can feel if you put your left hand on your elbow area, you can feel a little bit of that pull in that area that he had the Tommy John surgery, in the ligament area.
So your shoulder's not supposed to hurt when you do that.
No, it's not supposed to. Yours does, yes. But watch right at the end. Watch the wrist get over the ball right there. I mean, that super slow is very nice.
1 and 2.
Like
swing
that.
And a miss.
And what that ball does, it jumps on that hitter. And so far, so good for Nathan. 2 strikeouts.
Fox Sports North supports the Boys and Girls Clubs. Join Michael Kadayer at the annual Kids in the City event Thursday, May 26th at the Target Center. Celebrate the accomplishments of the Boys and Girls Club youth by attending this family event with sports celebrities, college athletes, team mascots, other special guests. Log on to foxsportsnorth.com and click on the Fox Sports North Supports banner for details.
Brad Ryder gave me this 64 foul balls that the Rays have hit in the 3 games so far. And the Twins have hit last 2 games alone 64 foul balls. Twins have hit 20.
Wow. What's that mean?
That means that the pitchers have thrown a lot of different pitches, a lot of extra pitches.
Well, Gutierrez on the back end, the worst end of that foul tip.
Let's see what happened right here. Wow. Foul ball right off the mask.
See Gutierrez kind of turning his head a little bit and catching it flush on the left side of the mask.
Remember, Mike Redmond always turned his head.
Right.
Where he put his head down and then turned.
Again, I'll say it. I've been trying to think of another family that had a second-generation catcher in the big leagues, and I can't think of it. Even as we said, Yogi Berra had the common sense to not give Dale any catching equipment.
You think Yogi knew?
1-1 to Johnny Damon, and that's strike 2 on a foul ball.
See that breaking ball right there left up, and Damon just slapped it down. A breaking ball like that, if Joe could just throw it on the other side of home plate, create that downward plane, that's finishing it off.
He's gotten strikeouts of Johnson and Fold on high fastballs. And Damon's able to lay off with the velocity at 94 miles per hour. They say what they've seen from the dugout is Nathan's curve is better than his slider, more consistent than his slider. He'll throw one good slider and then the other one kind of spins, and those are the ones that end up with the extra base hits. Here's a fly to center.
I'll tell you why. After the Twins are going to come back and score 6 runs.
All right, very good. A 3-up, 3-down ninth as Nathan exercises some demons.
Well, I tell you what, he came in, hitting about 210, but he's going to leave here hitting about 250. 13 RBIs in this series, and 8 for 14. Neiman took a no-hitter into the 7th inning, and Bernard Span broke it up. Justin Morneau broke up his shutout.
We'll see what the Twins can do here against Juan Cruz, who's been very, very good for this rebuilt Rays bullpen.
Yeah, Cruz, he had some arm problems, came to spring training with the Rays, showed that he's healthy and putting up some pretty good numbers. Opponents hitting just .91. Going back, and if we got a moment, maybe we'll show this. You were talking about the slider. I don't have my baseball with me, but I have an orange. That's almost the size of a baseball. And, when you throw a slider, what you do is when you throw a slider, you do this, and you can feel the torque in your elbow. And that's what. But a curveball, you do this, and you use more of the muscles up on top. So that's why I think the curveball is better for Joe right now than the hard slider, because you put a lot of torque on that elbow area.
Luke Hughes takes outside ball 1 from Juan Cruz. Hughes, Span, and Tolbert.
That's why I think, with my curveball, I pitched for a long time. And people say, didn't you hurt your elbow? No, it's the muscles on top.
The forearm.
Right, on top of that.
2-0.
Takes some of the pressure off of that elbow area.
Twins last saw Cruz when he was a member of the Kansas City Royals a couple of years ago. Did not have a good stint with them. And he misses with his first 3 offerings to Hughes.
Yeah, he was released by the Royals on April 23rd of last year. And he did have some shoulder problems.
Right down the middle of the strike. Not many hits. That's why the opponent batting average sub 100. But the 6 walks, 1 of them intentional, in 7 1/3 innings. The Twins need base runners by any means. They'll take a leadoff walk. And Hughes fouls it to the net.
Well, I'd like to see somebody get on, at least give Jason Kubel a chance to extend that hitting streak. Kubel on that 10-game hitting streak. Career high 12-game hitting streak, so somebody get on base for Kubel.
It's tough. Hughes hitting 9th, and this is just his 3rd plate appearance. We're in the 9th inning. And he draws a leadoff walk.
Second walk of the ball game for the Rays. Neiman had 1. Now Cruz walks his first batter.
And Cruz will have at least 2 more batters, you would think. Kyle Farnsworth warming up. He's the closer for the Rays, but the Twins would need to get 2 more batters to reach to get the tying run to the on-deck circle. Span broke it up. Just a little flare just out of the reach of Elliott Johnson at short for a leadoff single in the 7th. It was the Twins' first hit tonight, and then Span came around to score. Ball 1. Goes, and the Rays don't care. It's a called strike, and on defensive indifference, Hughes goes to second base.
Well, you stay out of the double play too in this situation, so if they're going to give it to you, take it.
1-1. Staggers Jaso.
I think you got Jaso in the backswing right there. Bernard Span did. There's Farnsworth warming up. Watch Bernard Span follow through with the back of the head of Jaso. I remember when catchers didn't wear that helmet like that.
1-2. foul back.
I think it was Mark Reynolds in Baltimore that did the same thing, and I think it got, I believe it was Holmes, or was it Drew Butera that took the backswing and hit it with his bat to the catcher.
One I remember was really frightening was Jim Tomians with the White Sox, Mike Redmond with the Twins, and Tomey in his swing broke his bat, and the barrel of it swung around and hit Redmond in the helmet. 1-2 to Span. Got him looking. Dropped a breaking ball over the outside corner for the first out of the inning.
Well, Cruz has allowed only 2 hits, but 7 walks, and now picks up his 7th strikeout. Shaving the corner down and away.
Here's Tolbert looking for his first hit. Up high, ball 1. If the Twins don't turn this game around, they will have played 2 5-game homestands here and gone 2-3 in each one. 2-0. I mentioned the road trip coming up is a 9-game road trip. 3 in Kansas City, 2 in Chicago, and 4 in Boston. And unless the Twins turn this game around, the only American League Central team to win tonight would be the Cleveland Indians. They beat the Royals 8-2. 3-0 to Tolbert.
You know, last year 53 and 28 here at Target Field. The Twins were.
Three and 1 to Tolbert. Ooh. Generous outside corner to fill the count. Twins haven't put a ball in play against Cruz. The opening walk to Hughes. He went to second. Span struck out. And now Tolbert lifts it to left center field. It's a long run for Fuld, but he gets there. And the ball dropped out there. Hughes will advance to third on the second out and get Kubel to the plate. Kubel will have that 4th plate appearance to extend his hitting streak. It's a modest one, but he'd like to pick up a hit, drive in a run, and keep the game alive for the Twins. He wraps a breaking ball on the outside corner again. Fastball down and in, 1-1.
Cruz have built a lot like Oil Can Boyd. Remember Oil Can Boyd with the Boston Red Sox?
Dennis Boyd.
6'2", about 165, but with that fastball in the low 90s.
And the Twins down to their last strike now with Kubel at the plate, 2 out and a 1-2 count.
There's a walk around the mound like Oil Can did, you know, and talk to the baseball almost like a Mark Fidrich. Here's a character.
One and 2 to the Twins' designated hitter. And field foul.
Eastern Division has been tough on the Twins. They lose this ball game. They're 5-12 against the Eastern Division.
Another 1-2. And that ends the game and the series. And in convincing fashion, the Rays come to Minnesota and sweep the Minnesota Twins. So the homestand, Anthony, started with a couple of wins against Cleveland, but it finishes with the Twins being swept by the Tampa Bay Rays.
Swept very convincingly in this 3-game series, outscored 29-6. We'll show you how they did it. Take a look at Jeff Neiman's near no. Hear from Ron Gardenhire, and Ron Coomer shows you how to charge the ground ball on the left side next on Quest Twins Live.